Hello and welcome back to another episode here in Camembert Coasts in Cities Skylines. Today we've got a great episode today where we'll be working on our first main train station whilst also developing up a new pedestrian area, which I'm very much looking forward to. As always, thank you for coming in over and over again, seeing what we're doing here. It's been amazing to see the growth and the support on the channel. And as always, if you want to catch me live, we go live on Twitch Saturdays 3 p.m. BST. So without further ado, let's jump into this shorter time lapse to see what we're up to today. Now this is going to be a YouTube exclusive because this time lapse was actually made up of part stream and part on my own time, purely because I wasn't happy with the way how our custom train station came out on stream, and I took far too long doing it to realize that you cannot do intercity trains in a custom station, which is a little bit annoying. Unless there is, and someone can please tell me afterwards. So the train station you'll see in this time lapse to start off with is actually what's going to be there once we finish. We start off making this pedestrian zoned area, which runs all the way up to the new train station from the high school. You can see us adding in the pedestrian roads here, which turned out pretty nice, with the tram road running alongside the train station, obviously utilizing as much space as possible. We threw in this little decorative piece at the start, obviously putting some good walkability around the edge of it to give the pedestrians what they want. I downloaded a load of these newer assets as well, which looks pretty well actually. I haven't really used these before, but I think as a collective group they work pretty well, and you'll soon see me double them up on both sides, which looked really well. And we essentially kept this like high-rise sort of theme down for the rest of the area, trying to make this uniform complex, which we again copied onto the other side, which looked pretty well. Up the top here we added in some more custom retail outlets from the content creator pack made by King Leno. And here you can see us getting rid of that station that I talked about earlier. We used these ones which were part of a German pack, and we kind of lined it up pretty nicely so we could have this road running essentially all the way through, which I think turned out pretty nicely. You can see me just here outlining the area, so we've got good maneuverability. We added in this other station. This one was used by with procedural objects, trying to adjust the length of this, doubling it up, and essentially this middle bit will be our thoroughfare and our pass by for any trains that aren't using the station. But the only thing that I was worried about is trying to create that walkability. So I found this tunnel retaining wall, moved this into the center so we could try and create a nice walkway that goes right through. You can see it just there, and I think that turned out pretty nicely. And then all we had to do was, using the same walls from the same pack, use this retaining wall all the way down. It does mean that pedestrians need to choose either their left or the right to walk down it, but you can see it looks it works pretty well. So you can walk all the way through, and also lengthways as well as widthways. Now here you can see this will be a bit more of a longer portion of me figuring out train tracks and where I want them to go. I had a little bit difficult about this, but we had some amazing people in the Discord suggesting things, and the main thing I wanted to do was kind of make it look a little bit like the main station in Birmingham. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I'll put over an image onto this video so you can see. And essentially, I just wanted to make lots of different tracks going different ways. Obviously, this is our main station, so we'll have different train tracks coming in and out. We connected these two main bits up to connect with the rest of the region. But there will be more train tracks going north, southbound, and of course on the opposite side of this river. I did really want to make sure that there was good connectivity throughout all these tracks. This bit that I'm making here, we did delete in the end and moved it a little bit further south because I didn't think it looked as clean as it could have done, but you'll see that as this goes forward. Now, one thing I do want to see in the comments, so please comment down below, is where you think the city is heading. What should we be doing next? I'd love to initiate and work that into our live streams, but as I said, you can always catch us live as well. So either through the comments or come into the live streams at 3 p.m. BST every Saturday. Now, one thing I was struggling with was utilizing the space underneath. Usually I'd put in some buildings, but I didn't think it would work so well. I found this building from the shopping mall's content creator pack, which kind of fit perfectly underneath here. And obviously this being a main station, it probably needs a bit more parking. So I threw in some extra parking lots, made sure the roads connected up so everyone could have ease of access. And I think I really enjoyed how this area turned out. Now, realistically, you'd hate to shop under this thing, but I feel like it just completed the area a little bit, just to fill in those extra gaps. And essentially we repeated this on all sides. We threw on the parking on both sides of the shopping mall, but also continued this theme, making sure there was good ins and outs to this area, because I can imagine this is going to be very, very busy when it comes to actually getting trains in and out. And you can see that there's a metro station on the right there. This will be replaced for the big metro plaza that came out with trains and hubs. So that will be replaced sometime in the near future. Obviously, this playthrough is mostly we are unlocking things as we go with this city and making sure that we're not wasting any money as such. The only things that different are it's completely custom, everything is non-zoned and heavily modded. Now onto this section, we are trying to figure out what buildings should be on this lower part. This building doesn't stay here, unfortunately. I did like how it fit to the area at the time, but I felt like it was almost too abstract, I guess would be the better way of doing it. But we're filling in this area with lots and lots of offices. As you can see, there's a lot of demand for office and commercial. So we focus the commercial up by the train station, offices down here, which will also benefit the fact that we are going to be putting a hotel in here at some point soon. You see, keeping it fairly low density. I think the highest point, which you'll soon see, is a radio mast on top of another building just here, as you can see. Kind of blended pretty well with this, but I think that's probably going to be the highest point for this area, as most of the high density will be towards the CBD and financial district on the other island. Again, just creating good walkability for all our citizens. Now this building here was very interesting. So I did want to add a little bit of history to the area. Obviously, Camembert Coasts being very known for its tourism and its government as well. I loved the idea of having this clock tower with another building. Eventually we moved this over to the other side of the road, as you can see here. But there was something really off about it. It was very hard to find another building that would work well with it. And essentially what we worked on is, I think we used an oppression office. So we tried the town hall, we tried some guild buildings, we tried this one from Puerto Rico pack, but in the end we did go for the oppression office, changed the color with one of those mods, so it blended a little bit better, sorry, and we decorated this area. Nothing too fancy, obviously paved it all in concrete as we do. Put in some nice pathing around the back, a little bit of decoration in terms of like a fountain that's going to act as more of like a historical bit, and on the bottom part we also created a nice little seating area, which I think turned out pretty well, if I do say so myself. You can see that just going in here. Now, annoyingly, I did want to put plants along this curb, but for some reason, one of my mods wasn't working, so I couldn't actually put flowers on top of this unless I wanted to download another one like Prop Anarchy or Tree Anarchy or Networks. So this did change in the end. These are part of the PPG Park People Generator pack, so it will make sure that people are coming to this area and actually sitting down. If you don't know Park People Generator, please go download them. Very small assets, and they work really, really well. And here you can see the overall finished product. This is the bit beforehand. Obviously no station whatsoever, nothing in this area, leading that down to where the schools are. And on the flip side, you can see this area is filled up pretty nicely. I do like how these buildings come together, a little bit of the in-between mid-rise sort of things. And there is our beautiful train station, which worked out really well. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Here we are going up the main pedestrian strip up to the train station, so please enjoy these views. If you want to catch us live on Twitch, it's once again 3 p.m. BST on Saturday. If you want to name anything, districts and stuff like that, please come join us live. It'd be great to see you there. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all the support and the likes and the comments. Make sure to subscribe here on YouTube, and we will see you on the next episode next week. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye now.